There is another hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ittaqu Aalim al-Jahil. The companions of the Prophet asked the Prophet, Qila min Aalim al-Jahil ya Rasulullah. What is Aalim al-Jahil? The Prophet replied, Aalim al-Lisan wa Jahil al-Qalb. In our society, one group of ulama does not recognize the knowledge of tasawwuf, while another group does not recognize the knowledge of fiqh. Are both of these groups truly ulama? No, they are not. Because there is a hadith. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, ulama min sadri. Ulama receive knowledge from my sadr. Al-ulama'u min sadri wal-sa'adatu min salabi wal-fuqara'u min nurillahi ta'ala. So those who do not recognize tasawwuf, they actually reject the Qur'an. These are ulma-e jahl. There is another hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ittaqu Aalim al-Jahil. The companions of the Prophet asked the Prophet, Qila min Aalim al-Jahil ya Rasulullah. What is Aalim al-Jahil? The Prophet replied, Aalim al-Lisan wa Jahil al-Qalb. They are Jahil al-Qalb because qalb can only be purified with tasawwuf. This is why who do not have knowledge of tasawwuf, because tasawwuf will rejuvenate and reawaken your heart. Without awakening of the heart, the concept of you becoming a true Muslim is futile. Because this is the only solitary condition placed by God in the Holy Qur'an. If you want to adopt Islam, you need opening of the heart. Quran said, Afaman sharaha Allahu sadrahu lil-Islam. Obtain Shara Sadr if you want to adopt Islam. Afaman sharaha Allahu sadrahu lil-Islam. If you want to adopt Islam, obtain opening of the heart. Fahuwa ala nurim min rabbihi. Those who have obtained opening of the heart, they start receiving nur from their Lord. If you do not recognize this, a spiritual concept, a spiritual decree of God, how can you call yourself a Muslim scholar? So such individuals can be anything but Muslims. Because if you reject Quran, how can you be a Muslim? While another group does not recognize the knowledge of fiqh. Well, as the word fiqh tells us, fiqh means understanding of the religion. If you don't recognize fiqh, you don't recognize understanding of the religion. And that's true. They don't recognize, they don't have understanding of the religion. Secondly, who is considered an alim in Sharia? Those who have both types of knowledges, ilm Sharia and ilm tariqa. Because Islam is all about iqrar bil lisan wa tasdiq bil qalb. If you affirm the faith by word of mouth, but the truth and the spirit of the truth doesn't enter your heart, and your heart is not enlightened, you cannot be a mu'min. قالت الأعراب آمنا. The Arabs said, we were mu'min. قل لم تؤمنوا. Ya Rasulullah, tell them you are not a mu'min. ولكن قولوا أسلمنا. Instead of saying that you're mu'min, you should rather say yourself as Muslim, because you accepted Islam and have become Muslim. وَلَمَّا يَدْخُلُ الْإِيمَانِ فِي قُلُوبِكُمْ. And Iman hasn't yet entered your heart, and you're claiming you're mu'min. Now, those who oppose the entry of Iman in the heart, how can they be ulama when they cannot be mu'min? A true alim is one who is equipped with ilm zahir, sharia, and ilm batin, tariqa also. Maulana Rumi said, without ilm batin, becoming an alim is a big fitna. And Maulana Rumi said, in his time, maybe hundreds of years ago, maybe many more hundred years ago, in those times he said, in this day and age, it is better to become a slave of a Jew than becoming an alim. بتاؤ کتنے 100 سال بیت گئے. اس وقت مولانا روم نے یہ کہا کہ آج کے دور میں مولوی بننے سے بہتر ہے کہ کسی یہودی کی جا کے غلامی کر لے، اس میں پھر بھی تیری بچت ہے. اور سرکار گوہر شاہی نے فرمایا کہ علم باطن کے بغیر مولویت ہے بہت بڑا فتنہ. اور یہ فتنہ نظر آ رہا ہے نا آپ کو، شیعہ سنی وہابی اہل حدیث بریلوی اسلام کا ستیہ ناش کر دیا، بیڑا غرق کر دیا. آج آدھے مسلمانوں کا رخ ادھر ہے، کسی کا رخ ادھر ہے، کسی کا ادھر ہے، دنیا پکڑ پکڑ کے مار رہے ہیں. وہ یہی سمجھتے ہیں سب مسلمان ہیں، ان کو کیا پتا یہ دیوبندی ہے، یہ شیعہ ہے، یہ سنی ہے، یہ بریلوی ہے. مارو پکڑ کے، لوگ بھی مار رہے ہیں، آپس میں بھی ایک دوسرے کو مار رہے ہیں. یہ لعنت تبھی آپ کے اوپر ہوئی نا جب آپ امت مصطفیٰ سے نکل گئے. جب دلوں سے نور نکل گیا تو تم امت سے نکل گئے.